It was December 3rd, 1957, a snowy evening in the small town of Sycamore, Illinois. Christmas lights flickered in the distance. Children, bundled in coats, played in the streets. The town was quiet, safe, the kind of place where neighbors left their doors unlocked. But safety is an illusion. And that night, it shattered. 7-year-old Maria Ridulph, a bright, sensitive little girl, afraid of the dark but full of laughter, begged her mother to let her play outside with her best friend, Kathy Sigmund. As the first flakes of snow fell, the two girls invented a game they called dodging cars. Running across the street, giggling as headlights swerved past. It was innocent, harmless, until he appeared, a stranger, young, early 20s, tall, thin face, gap between his teeth, a colorful sweater. He called himself Johnny. He asked if they liked dolls, if they liked piggyback rides. He even lifted Maria onto his shoulders. And when she rushed home to fetch her favorite doll to show him, Kathy slipped away for just a moment to grab her mittens. That moment was all it took. When Kathy returned, Maria and Johnny were gone. Within minutes, panic spread through the Ridulph household. First, her brother searched, then neighbors, then the police. By nightfall, FBI agents were in Sycamore. Even President Dwight D. Eisenhower and FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover took an interest. But Maria had vanished into the winter night. Months later, in April 1958, two tourists stumbled across skeletal remains in a wooded area near Woodbine, Illinois, almost 100 miles away. The little body, clad only in a shirt and socks, was identified as Maria through dental records and hair. The case, once a desperate search for a missing girl, had become a murder investigation. At first, suspicion fell on John Tessier, a 17-year-old living nearby. He matched the description of Johnny, but Tessier's alibi seemed airtight. Telephone records showed he had been in Rockford that evening, calling his parents from a payphone. He even passed a lie detector test. The FBI crossed him off the list. The trail went cold. For decades, Maria's case haunted Sycamore. Generations passed. Her parents grew old, her siblings carried scars. And then, a whisper from beyond the grave cracked the case back open. In 1994, Tessier's own mother, on her deathbed, whispered to her daughter, "John did it. John did it." You have to tell someone it would take years for that chilling confession to reach the right ears. But when it did, investigators re-examined everything. Suddenly, Tessier, now living under a new name, Jack McCullough, was back in the spotlight. Witnesses were re-interviewed, old photos resurfaced, and in 2011, over 50 years after Maria's disappearance, McCullough was arrested and charged with her kidnapping and murder. In 2012, a courtroom in Illinois heard the horrifying story. Inmates testified. New autopsy results suggested Maria had been stabbed in the throat. The jury was convinced. McCullough was sentenced to life in prison. At last, justice, or so it seemed. But the story didn't end there. In 2016, a new prosecutor reviewed the evidence. And what he found unraveled the case. The phone call, the train records, the icy road conditions, the timeline. It all pointed to the same conclusion. McCullough couldn't have been in Sycamore when Maria vanished. The conviction collapsed. The supposed killer walked free. And in 2017, Jack McCullough was officially declared innocent. The murder of Maria Ridulph, one of America's oldest cold cases ever brought to trial, remains unsolved to this day.